What's going on, guys? I'm SimpleSimon, and in today's video I'm going to be highlighting an artist and showing you some commission pieces I recently picked up from Lipwei Chang. Quick shout out to my subminions. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you're interested in exclusive members only videos, extended episodes of The Noob, and exclusive emojis, hit the join button to find out more about channel membership. But remember, your membership is not required. The best way to support the channel is by liking and commenting on videos. Over the years, some of you might know, I have collected some original art. I've got a few sketch covers, I've got a couple of original pieces, but not many. It's something that I really want to build on. I've always loved art throughout my whole life, even before I got into comic books. Again, I've always respected and loved good art. When I rekindled my friendship with my buddy Mad Spidey after all these years, and he showed me his original art collection, I was blown away, like, oh man, this is the coolest stuff. It's one of a kind stuff that you can have, I guess, as a collectible. So yeah, over the years I've been wanting to collect more art, but it is expensive, especially when you're dealing with known artists and, you know, famous artists and published artists and things like that. So I've always picked up art that I could afford. For example, Junior Maya, who is a Brazilian artist. I found him on Instagram, hit him up, and I was like, oh, I can kind of afford that. I've had some sketch covers done by Neil McGregor, who's a fantastic artist from Scotland from memory, who also did some great sketch covers for me. And yeah, I've had stuff that's kind of affordable for me. So when I heard Lipwei Chang was coming to Supernova and found out about his prices, I was like, this guy's like a published artist. So I already knew the name Lipwei Chang. The guys from the Aussieverse had him on their channel a little while back, and I already knew the name. So I tuned in, watched a bit of the live, and Lipwei seemed like a really cool dude. But yeah, when I found out he was coming to Supernova and I saw his pricing list, I was like, oh wow, that's an amazing price for a published artist. So I don't know if I've got any covers by him. I think he did a variant for The Me You Love in the Dark, which I might have. But other than that, most of the work that I've seen from him is mostly exclusive variants that we don't get here in Australia. There was one that he did, and I wasn't aware that he did until recently. I can't remember the name of the book, but it was like a really cool homage to the Warriors, and it was a book I was watching for a while, but being an exclusive, it just wasn't attainable at a reasonable price down here in Australia. So I never got that book, but when I found out it was him, I was like, oh, I almost want that book even more now because I know Lipwei did it. So anyway, I hit up Lipwei on Instagram, maybe only a week and a half to 2 weeks before Supernova, and said that I'm interested in getting a commission piece off him. So I organized an A4 commission from him. To be honest, I would love to have an A3 from him, but it just, again, just price-wise, I thought to myself, I'd rather get an A4 from him and maybe a sketch cover as well. You know, rather than getting one big piece, getting maybe two smaller pieces. So that's how I went about it. So I organized the A4. Now, if you did see my Supernova vlog, I did show this commission already, but I just want to really spotlight it and show you guys. Lipwei said to me, what do you want on your A4 commission? And at the time I was like, oof, I think I want to get Erica Slaughter from Something's Killing the Children. I was thinking, you know, probably a character he hasn't done before. He's like, I love Erica Slaughter. And then I looked at his Instagram, he's done heaps of Erica Slaughter commissions. I was like, oh, I got super excited because I saw some of his other sketch covers from Something's Killing the Children and they were amazing. So I was really, really pumped to see what he was going to be able to produce for me. And man, he did not disappoint. So I'll show you that piece first. Oh, I haven't looked at it for a little while, but my goodness, it is an absolute beauty. So there it is there. I'll get a better close-up shot of this to give you guys a real good look. But yeah, I was absolutely blown away. Yeah, like I couldn't be happier with that piece there. I mean, for the price I paid $200 for this A4. Usually for a published artist, for 200 bucks, you might get pencils, you might maybe get some outline, but there's a bit of color on there too. So yeah, I was really, really happy with that. And yeah, just an awesome, awesome piece to add to my art collection. Absolutely stunning. I'm so stoked that I got that. Well worth the money. Before I show you the sketch cover, I'll explain the story. So once I organized my A4 with Lipwei on Instagram, I said to him, hey, would you be okay to do a sketch cover for me too if I dropped it off, you know, first thing in the morning? He said he had a few commissions to do, and he goes, but if you're coming on Sunday, that would be better. I was like, yeah, cool, I'll drop it off first thing in the morning on Sunday. And if you saw the Supernova vlog, first thing I did was go to Artist Alley, and he had that ready for me. And then I dropped off my sketch cover. He didn't know what he was doing yet. And then I showed him, And yeah, it was Street Fighter. Obviously, it was funny. The day before I went to the event, I went to pick up my books from Big City Comics, and I had ordered a Street Fighter sketch cover. It was sitting in my pile of books to pick up. So I was like, perfect, because I actually didn't know. The day before the event, I actually didn't know what sketch cover I was gonna bring. And then when I picked up my books from Mark, I was like, perfect, because you guys know Street Fighter right now is my jam. Towards the end of the day, I walked past this table and he's like, Simon, I still haven't started. I'm like, it's okay, I'll be here all day. Got to about 4:30 and I wasn't going over to see if he'd finished. I just walked past the table and he said, Simon, I still haven't finished. And I was like, it's okay. I was like, I don't want you to rush your art. So the following day after Supernova, Lipwei and Red Code were doing an in-store signing at AU Pokemon and Collectibles, which is another comic shop. I've done a video there before. So I said, why don't you take the sketch cover and then bring it to Chris, who owns the shop, and I'll grab it off him. So that's what happened. So thank you, shout out to Chris from AU Pokemon Collectibles for doing this for me. He was kind enough to hold on to the book. Now, if you're local, you may have already seen the sketch cover because it was getting passed around like a porn star. I was seeing it everywhere except for in my hands. And I did kind of say, I was like, I don't want to see any of the images before I get them, but I did happen to get spoilers on both because he posted a lot of his commissions on Instagram on the Saturday of the event. So I kind of got a quick glimpse of my piece. I didn't get a good look, but then this kind of got passed around by a lot of people in the community. But yeah, I've been talking a lot. This is my Street Fighter sketch cover. Looking at some of his other sketch covers that he'd done for the same price, I knew there was gonna be some color to it. When I showed him the Street Fighter cover, he's like, what character do you want? And I could have chosen many. He does a great cami, and I was like, oh, maybe. But I thought to myself, I knew the color on it was gonna be limited. And I just thought Ryu was perfect because he's very limited in the amount of color. He's got a bit of red, but he's mostly white with his clothes. So I just thought it was the perfect character to choose for such a cover. So yeah, that is my Street Fighter piece. Now the back of this cover is actually blank as well. And I don't know if Lipwei will watch this video, but if he does, Lipwei is going to be at Supernova Sydney this year as well. And Chris from AU Pokemon Collectibles said he's going up there, he's going to be at the event. So I might actually give this book to Chris to take up and organize maybe Lipwei to do Ken on the back of this cover. So I don't know, that's my plan. I don't know, that's not concrete. I still have to organize that, but I might hit up Lipwei to see if he'll do a Ken on the back with this cover, and then I've got a double-sided sketch cover. So that's it. I just want to share those with you, and I really want to kind of spotlight Lipwei's work in a video because, like I said, he was so easy to work with, and like I just couldn't believe I had the opportunity to get a commission from such a great artist like Lipwei. So if you guys want to follow him on Instagram, I'll leave a link and all that stuff in the description. So check him out. And yeah, this was just a short one today. Hopefully I didn't ramble too much because I felt like I did. If you guys enjoyed that art, give this video a like, leave a comment, and let me know what you think. And until next time, I'm Simple Simon. Tell your friends and keep it simple.